in my opinion, I think the best plan with each carrier goes as follows. Okay, so if you're on Verizon, the best plan is to get more, right? If you don't have a 2017 new Verizon Unlimited plan, if you don't have the original OG Unlimited plan, that is the best one. Verizon's network is best on its premium tier, premium access. In some markets, the other tiers are hit and miss. They will throttle, or I shouldn't say throttle, they will deprio, right? And that's just something they have to do. And that's how they distinguish their plans. All right, so that's the one I can 100% guarantee that it's going to be an awesome experience. After that, it becomes very market dependent. From AT&T, you've got all their plans as being very good. All right, so in my opinion, because of AT&T's extensive upgrades in most markets, they've got incredible capacity, newfound capacity. I think that you can have whatever plan you want on AT&T. In fact, I would argue for even considering prepaid. You know, that's how much capacity, newfound capacity is on the AT&T network.
Yep. So, Sneed, man, I'm going to be taking off here to the airport, but we'll definitely talk soon when I'm back. Actually, once I get to SoCal. So there, Sneed?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty. So we'll talk soon.
Buddy.
Later, man.
Take care.
Later. Bye-bye.
Okay, so the as I was saying about the AT&T plans, you kind of have some wiggle room. In a lot of places you could have Cricket. In a lot of places you could have the AT&T prepaid proper. You can have MVNO of AT&T. The upgrades have been really good. The Band 14, the Band 30, I alluded to those new additional carriers. The tower site modernizations, the mass scale upgrades when it comes to backhaul. And because they're doing it to large scale, it's really notable, and you could feel the difference. So in my opinion, I think you go with that whatever plan you want. Now from there, you're going to choose a plan based on features. So how much hotspot do you need? How much priority data do you think you need? Do you need HBO Max? You know, I mean, that kind of depends. I have Elite line access. It is the best line access I have. It's better than my Verizon line access. It's better than my Magenta Business line access. So I love the AT&T plans. Elite is the best. I think it's the best performer in the market. I literally think it is the best. The only plan that competes, in my opinion, with AT&T's Elite plans is going to be either FirstNet, right, because it has no restrictions whatsoever, but you got to be a first responder for that. So that's not like everybody. But it's T-Mobile's Magenta Max. In fact, if you need anything more than 480p video, if you need anything more than, 10 gigs of tethering hotspot, Magenta Max is the best plan if you're on T-Mobile. Like, Essentials is bad. That is a horrible line access. I would rather have Metro than, Essentials, actually. So in my opinion, I don't look at Essentials as all that essential. You're better off being with a prepaid carrier. The T-Mobile plan that I think falls in line for a lot of people is probably Magenta. But the Magenta Max has the access that you want. But there's a caveat. If your tower sites in your market are not really pulling their weight, you're seeing like 10, 15 megabits per second, then maybe Magenta Max won't really make a difference, right? Maybe the Magenta is just fine, and it's not going to really help you to have the extra access and pay for a premium plan. Because in my opinion, when you start creeping up to $85 a month for a line on T-Mobile, those upgrades have to be there. I would not pay any carrier $85 a month if I couldn't get a unique experience and capacity. Because here's the thing. If I have a 4K display on my phone, if I need 20 megabits per second to do 4K video rendering, 25 megabits per second. If I need to hotspot a line, you know, a Magenta Max line for like 2 devices, and it's going to be heavily throttled, then what's the point of paying the extra access? Why are you paying more money? So N41 upgrades are a must. I think N71 upgrades are a must. So basically what I'm saying is only consider Magenta Max if you do have a lot of T-Mobile network upgrades in your area. You know, and to be more specific, I view the Magenta Max as a 5G plan. You know, if it's just 4G LTE and it's like a lot of band 2 sites and you don't see the N71s and the N41s, then what are you really buying, right? You're paying extra money for old access. You might as well just keep it on Magenta, you know, or have one of those older plans. So, you know, if I had to create a tier, if I count all the plans, obviously it depends on your market. I think the best plan is an elite plan from AT&T. The video resolution, the video playback is the best, second to none. I believe in what AT&T is doing with their network upgrades, so I put them at number 1. Number 2, I have Magenta Max. Big caveat though, if there's no N41, no N71, I bump them down to number 3. If they have it there, then they're a strong number 2. They're right there with AT&T Elite. The reason I put Verizon Get More last is because of the amount of hotspot data they give you and because they're still locking you down to 720p. In order to get the 1080p, you have to pay an additional $10, which frickin' takes that line access over $100, right? Because you got to pay the additional fee to get the extra HD add-on, and then the taxes and the fees are there. That's over $100 line, right? So it's just absurdly expensive compared to Magenta Max, which is at $85. And again, we're assuming that the T-Mobile network is upgraded in your area. Now, if I lived in a millimeter wave area, I actually wouldn't get the Verizon Get More. I would get a Do More or a Play More, one of those middle plans, whatever they're called these days. The one plan I would not get, and this is really foolish by people, I think they're making a huge mistake. If you're going to go with Verizon because of the trusty coverage and the network pedigree, a starter unlimited makes no sense. You're going to have horrible deprio, at least one of the middle plans, and if you can splurge, get the top priority access. And if it's a market that has a lot of millimeter wave and a lot of CBRS, then the top tier plan is going to be a great experience, right? In most cases, I think the AT&T plan is the best. AT&T Elite, hands down. I've used all these plans, and I'm telling you guys, the AT&T Elite is something else. And actually, big shout out to Los Mobile. I've been using that for a while. If you want the best line access, you want that type of access, the Elite, then Los Mobile is where you need to go because you'll get a better deal on the line too. So reach out to Los Mobile on Twitter, at LosMobile702. Speak to a rep. They'll get you hooked up. Any questions you have, the cost, the features, the access, the device connectivity, they'll let you know everything you need to know about that.